Hey guys, how we doing? I'm Yalek, and we are going to do another episode of Fat Fingers Wrecking House. This is today's operation, and I'm due to hit in a minute. But from yesterday, we had ourselves a 5 for 5, and so the guys wanted me to share their work. Fair warning, I think I've seen one of these hits. I think I took a look at Maverick's hit on Minotaur, and obviously I did my own. I haven't seen the rest of these, so if they're all wins, they must have been pretty good hits. If there are embarrassing moments contained in them, peak, whatever, I'm seeing these for the first time, as many of you will be. So if the guys end up unhappy with me, apologies in advance. Now, Perrin's got the big base here. This is the 298 Phobos. Looks like it's right around 2 million health. Nice Phobos. No rocket launchers over here. So 3 shocks. No, usually there'll be a row of mines here as well between these defenses and these cells down here. Those don't exist. So a little bit of mine clearance, and he's off and running. See? Little wonky angle there on the beach. Girl pops out. I mean, possibly could speed through that, but whatever. Doesn't matter. He won, right? That's what people want to see. How about this blaster here? It doesn't range, or at least it shouldn't range. Might actually a little bit, because he's parking a tiny bit lower than you do sometimes. My favorite spot to park is up here whenever possible. It gets you out of range of things. Doesn't really work for this hit. When you do that, you'd normally have bullet grappler down here. You wouldn't want to have bullet for this attack. So the blaster's going to get him a little bit. Don't know if he'll have to reshock here. He probably will get a couple down. Yeah. We have cheap shocks going right now, which is amazing because you can get up to like standard boost, no farming. You can get like 9 shocks, 10 shocks out there. It's pretty crazy. So 2 full rounds of shocks on that. And down goes Phobos. Pretty cool. Sven on the 262, so the second biggest base, Callisto. Oh wow, that is a really nice Callisto. Standard wrap, he should have just 2 shocks to do. Health, so a little over 1.8 million total. Gonna wrap this mortar, which means you need to shock these flamethrowers, and then these 2 rocket launchers up here. Nothing else will range you if you're standing wrapped around that mortar. Sorry, you're gonna hear people overhead. I've been relegated to the basement. Fair warning, you might hear my dog. She's been crying. She knows I'm down here with COVID and everything. My office space is actually, for once, had to be used as office space, which means it is no longer a place for making videos. So, yeah, the dog knows I'm down here. I can hear her in the vents overhead, like sniffling and then crying every so often. So if you hear her, she loves me, she misses me, and that would be why you're hearing that. Really nice smokes here. This is a great op roll. And we've got another, actually a pretty good one again today. I'm about to go do my hit for this current operation, which is, one moment, perfect wrap. Nothing's going to range him there. Those rockets down there, these can't see either. So the 2 shocks, and that's just going to die rapidly because, yeah, very nice. My hit is I'm tagged for the Machina up there. You see the Y on it. It is a 0 shock Machina with bullets. So we did get a Boomtown and a Fang today, so not great in that sense, but you know, we did have some pretty nice solo bases, and a 0 shock Machina is just well, it sounds fantastic. There's always the chance you screw it up. I'll try not to screw it up. This, okay, yes, this was the one that I did watch. I remembered something about extra shocks, hence why I said earlier I thought I might have seen this one. Yeah, so I thought he might go, this is Mav on Minotaur. I thought he might go with the bullet approach, shock bullet, move your girls over to here, and then go with 2 shocks, because normally it would be 1 shock. You've got this stuff here you got to worry about behind you, but here you have rocket launchers in back of you also. He opted not to do that. He went straight for the brick approach, which means he's got a lot of shocks here. And as I recall, he hit these shocks right here. I always screw up on these shocks, and he nailed them on this one, so that's why the base is dead. What do we say for health? So that's 1.2 plus 200, so 1.4 plus a little bit of change there. So 1.4 million, not hefty on the health, that's good. Shocks, hefty on the shocks, 1 shock, 2 shocks, 3 shocks, 4, 5, 6 at the bare minimum. And finicky ones, that's the other thing too. It's not just the number of the shocks. Ooh. Not just the number of the shocks, but also like these shocks over here. You are fairly precise. So yeah, I always manage to screw those up. You can see he did not. This is normally where one of these rocket launchers over here is turning and wrecking my life. Very nice hit. Clean, very clean. Look at that. A lot of girls left. So yeah, that took, you get that many girls to the core and you land your shocks, you're gonna win. What do we say, 1.4 million? Yeah, crush it. So the Axiom, sure, we'll watch that one next. The 190, again, as with my Machina for today, kind of a gimme hit here. Free GB at the beach, no hot beach, 3 shocks back here, and the health wasn't that high either, so we're under 1.4 million total there. And I'm not gonna lie, I took this because I've been on a terrible streak the last couple of days. Like, well, not terrible, like, we're not talking about full-on face plants, but, you know, things that don't die. Yesterday I had, not in this operation, not in this task force, but I had a Callisto, which I love Callisto. It's one of my favorite bases to do, and it was a bigger one, 276 Callisto. And I killed it, but I somehow managed to kill it without shocking one of the flamethrowers right next to me. So it turned around and ate up about 1/3 of my girls right away. The base somehow died. Like, I don't even quite know how. It was 1.8 million, and I went back and watched the replay. Like, when you miss a flamethrower right the heck next to you, you usually just expect to die and not win. And pretty much all of my hits have been going like that. Either like they're close and someone ends up having to follow up and do cleanup work after me, or, you know, even when I get a win, it's an ugly win. This one wasn't too terrible here. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty clean hit. But then again, it's Axiom, which is one of the easier bases to hit. So took a chippy, needed a win, got a win. And again, like I said, I'm gonna try to go not screw up this Machina next. This was fun. This was hilarious, actually. The note on this, Mav started the op, he did the notes, and the note on this was an essay. And he did it as an essay because the usual parking spot for this base would be, the most normal approach is over here at 7 o'clock. But over here, not very nice. You're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 shocks, and one of them is a nasty shock, this 4x2 arrangement. You have to hit it exactly in the middle if you're going to get all of these things as a single shock. So you could actually call this 5 shocks if you're hitting from the standard spot. So Mav made notes for the secondary spot, which is usually up here. And you just want to get up like right above this line is the perfect spot to be, because from there see these rocket launchers that are generally over here. This configuration, 2 rocket launchers, 2 machine guns, usually the same. So from this spot over here, those rocket launchers, which are normally there, don't range you. However, he just wanted to be really, really specific in this note. So yeah, Mav wrote an essay for this base. Just reading it, like I got about halfway through and I was like, nah, you know what, I'm just gonna go hit something else, I'm fine. And then went and did Axiom instead. Not that this is a hard hit, I just didn't, well, my patience has been a little low lately. So this is from the secondary spot up here above that nice little line in the ground there, which is a great handy cue for people to use. You've got 3 shocks here. If you do this right, you've got a shock these things next to you, machine guns, and then these top couple of mortars do range you, so you want to get them also. Other than that, nice little walk. It's this is the 119 base for this operation, so there aren't as many defenses and cells and things, so you've got a nice clean walk here. Nothing really to get in your way or make your path funky. Does he? Oh, okay. I was like, wait, did he drop a hero? He got Brick in there, but she was just hiding in amongst all the Zookas. So nice little walk, nice smokes. Could be a couple tiles higher there. I guess maybe he didn't get to the end of Mav's note either. This is Argus, by the way. No name is Argus. Sorry, should have said that earlier. So let's see, where does that leave us in relation to the rocket launchers here? Yeah, see, he's a little bit low, and so they are going to spot some of his girls there. Wonder if that means he will shock them. Yes, he did. Very, very nice with the cheap shocks is that you can correct for things like that. You see the rocket turn, boom, hit it. If you park just a little bit higher up there between these mortars and the boom cannons, you can avoid having to shock it at all. But either way, it didn't matter, because he apparently planned to shock that. And that is a lot of Zookas left alive. Just for giggles, I'm about to do some crapping, but I'm going to boost up. I'm going to get bullet loaded, and I'm going to see if we can't screw up this Machina. Just for fun. On live TV, because, you know, YouTube, TV, whatever. It's the stupidest Machina I've ever seen. You've got it, like, it's hilarious, and I'm actually planning for it as no shocks. I just want to see how this goes, actually. Probably should point out, like, we've been doing this for maybe 3 weeks-ish, I want to say. We really have been doing really, really well. We've been crushing it. So we are already, like, that's us. That's the leaderboard. Like, one more good op and we'll be up there. I didn't look at the numbers for today's op. What have we got? 3 hits left. We're at 226. I should add 200 to that, so 416. Somebody's got to finish off Orby, so that's another 516. 66, 71, and then we've got one more hit for Dredge, so we'll be approaching 700. We'll be just shy of 700 force points for today if we do what we're supposed to do, which is actually one of the worst days that we'll have had in more than a week. We've got this dead end down here with 660, but we've got some really nice operations in here, including yesterday, 1095. That is a great day. That's a lot of force points for 5 guys. Just saying. Let's check again. Always double check. Since the day that I hit Manticore unboosted, I always double and triple check to make sure that my statues are boosted. It kind of becomes, it's like a nervous tick. You do that once, boy, and that's enough. Other thing too is I always check like 3 times before starting the op to make sure we actually have 10 guys in, or 5 guys in the task force, depending on which task force it is, because you do that mistake once or twice and it's enough. So yeah, no shocks here. Not really low health too. So these are 5/5 ladies fully boosted, so they should really, really wreck this. Might be a little interesting. Might be a little bit interesting how they stand, because there's nothing down here to wrap. You know what? Actually, I'm going to change my mind. while we still can. I'm going to forget bullet, and not that I don't think it'd work, but this seems like one where we might actually just be better off going with brick. I don't usually prefer brick for Machina, but as I think about it now, when there are not defenses down here, normally with bullet, from the shore you flare this mortar, then you reflare over to this machine gun. Bullet ends up standing right here, and then you flare to the core. Bullet takes all of the fire from these rocket launchers and things up here. But when there's nothing down here for the girls to wrap around, I seem to recall that this goes a little wonky. So instead of trying no shock with bullet, we'll do 3 or 4 with brick. Because see, that's the sort of thing, your girls end up in an unexpected spot. That's the sort of thing that'll screw up your op. And that's the sort of thing that we don't need. Also, these mines. And there's still one there. Well, I'm taking a chance that that's not a 23, because there's the dog. I don't know if you can hear it, but she's sniffling up there. Hi, Cooper. She's really cute. She's in doggy obedience school. My wife wanted to get her a backpack. I said no to the backpack. I don't know why, it just seemed incredibly silly, but, ladies. Oh, there's another mine out there, too. I did not notice that. Well, you know what? We're going to go like this. Throw a med kit in there. Yeah, they spread out. Look where Brick ended up. Well, Brick is dead because Brick ended up all the way over here. With the defenses not present down here, the girls also spread like mad. I was parked a little bit away from the core so as to make it easy for my shocks to land right up here. But yeah, girls spread like crazy. Brick spreads like crazy. She ends up over to the far right of the lineup, gets herself shot in the face. She's good at that, but that's 190 force points for the guys, and yay, I didn't screw it up today. So we are going to keep on crushing it. Hopefully I will have more of these videos to make for you, but not too many, because, I only have so much time available, Mav. Anyway, I'm going to let you go on that. We've been having a lot of fun over here, and we hope to see you guys later. Take care.